Super short video today, guys, because I am flying to Hawaii in less than 24 hours. So I've got a lot to do before we leave, like lay out in the sun to get at least a little bit of a base tan, mow the lawn, run the sprinklers, all that before packing up and leaving early tomorrow morning. So we'll see if I can fit that all in. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something I am considering doing with my portfolio for a little bit more monthly income, and that's buying a few $1,000s worth of PLTY. For those of you who don't know, PLTY is a monthly dividend paying ETF from YieldMax, currently paying around 143% in dividends. And you might be wondering why I've chosen to purchase PLTY. And the reason is I already own shares of PLTR, or Palantir stock, which is of course the underlying stock of PLTY. And like most, if not all of you watching this video, I also love to receive monthly income just for some extra cash flow in my portfolio. Now, typically what I have been doing for extra income is selling covered calls or cash secured puts. Now, I mostly prefer selling covered calls, and I've most recently been selling these calls on stocks like NVDA and Robinhood for both monthly and even weekly income. For example, I just closed a position yesterday and made $102 in premium from selling a covered call on Robinhood Markets or Hood. So on average, I'm making around $200 to $300 a month in covered call premium income. So my goal with PLTY is to be able to make at least $100 in additional income each month to bump that number up a little bit. Now, looking at its most recent distributions, as we can see last month in May, on May 23rd, it paid $7.04 per share. But the month before that in April, it only paid $4.66. So these monthly distributions per share tend to fluctuate pretty drastically. So taking the average of these distributions since its inception, the average payout each month is $4.39. Now, it's kind of up to you to decide what you think these distributions per share will look like in the future. Maybe next month it's only $7.50, or maybe it'll only be $3.50. I personally don't know what these distributions per share will look like going forward each month. So in this scenario, we're just going to use the average amount per share per month, which again is $4.39. So in order for me to hit that $100 a month in income, I will need to purchase around 22 to about 25 shares of PLTY, which is definitely a lot cheaper than having to buy an additional 70 shares of PLTR because of how expensive its stock price has been getting. So if I were to buy those 25 shares of PLTY, I would only need to invest about $1,600 right now. Whereas if I were to buy those 70 shares of Palantir stock, I would need to invest nearly $9,000 to start selling those monthly covered calls. What I could also do too is use the income from PLTY to buy more shares of PLTR, or I could just simply reinvest that income back into PLTY for even more monthly dividend income. So that's kind of my plan as of right now. Let me know what you guys think of this sort of income strategy that I've come up with, and I will see you all next time.